guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are a current subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate each and every one of you for subscribing and for following along on my journey. If you are not a subscriber, welcome to my channel. I am Chris and this is Chris Connected, and I would invite you to please subscribe by clicking below on the little coffee symbol. You could also ding the bell for notifications and like this video if you choose to do so. I am here with an update for you guys and also for some food tips and tricks. It is a collab that I am doing with Angela over at One Day at a Time with Angela. So let's get to it. I do have a couple of food tips and tricks for you. Like I said, it's a collab with Angela over at One Day at a Time. I'm going to link her below. I have also created a playlist talking about this collab, and I will be adding to it any of the tips and tricks that we talk about. Please feel free, if you have a channel, go ahead and use the link that I'm going to put in below as well, and you can add on to our playlist. And it would be awesome for all of us to kind of work together and create a playlist so anyone happening upon our channels can see what we're doing and what we're all about, because we're all on a really good journey and we're all doing awesome, and it's a great thing to share. So without further ado, I am going to insert. I have two tips for you, and I'm going to do that now. I was trying to find an alternative to the non-stick cooking sprays in the aerosol cans, and I finally found something I love, because I was trying to just put a little bit of oil in the pan, and I would always put too much or too little, and it just never came out right, and I would try to like spread it around with a spatula, and that never worked either. So I found this spray can, and it works on air pressure. It's not an aerosol can, and so if you take the top off, this part here will pump air into the can. You just keep pushing down and it'll build up pressure, and then that's how the oil sprays out. So for me, I love this thing. It works just as well as a non-stick spray can, only it's non-aerosol. You can take it apart and clean it. You can use any kind of oil in here that you like, as long as it's liquid form. Obviously, you know, if coconut oil isn't in liquid form, that's not coming out of there. But this one is a Misto. It is not sponsored, just so you know. But that's the one that I got. I know there are others on the market. So if you are like me and you're trying to find an alternative for non-stick spray and you don't like the aerosol cans, this is an awesome one. It's easy to use, and it has not clogged on me. I know a lot of people think they clog. This one so far has not. So that's one of my tips, guys. Enjoy. Hey journeyers, so I've got another tip for you. I just wanted to let you know that one of the tricks that I use is to use a smaller plate. And some people may think, you know, oh, that's like the oldest trick in the book or whatever, but I'm telling you, it really, really works, and it has helped me out a lot. So I have a side-by-side comparison here for you guys. This is a standard size dinner plate that a lot of us are used to using. You know, you're making yourself a meal, you grab the big plate and you serve up some food, and you know, you're good to go, right? And then this is like the medium-sized plate. I think they call it a salad plate. And then this is the one that I use all the time. They do make a smaller plate, which is like a sandwich plate or a dessert plate, but that one is too small. I mean, let's face it, we have to eat, you know, something. So this is the plate that I use all the time. These are reserved for bigger meals, like holiday type meals that you would get, or if I have maybe a steak, if I'm cutting up a larger steak, I will use this one instead, but I'll still go down to this one. So I wanted you to see the difference because this really factors into how much food we give ourselves, okay? So if you think about it, when you're portioning out your food on a regular size dinner plate, like look at this, okay? You have all kinds of space left over, like all this space over here and up in here. And you're going to look at that and be like, oh, well, I need more food. Let's fill in that space. And then if you look over here, like that looks like a pretty full plate. So odds are you're not going to take more food. And what happens is I'm going to just condense these because this is a standard size breakfast for me. So as I'm putting everything onto one plate, once I'm done, I've got a huge plate of food. I've got no room left to put anything else on here. And, you know, 2 pieces of toast, 2 eggs, and an orange. And that's it. I don't have any more space, so I'm not going to look for something else to put on my plate. So if you see the size difference in these, right here, you've got, like, this is how much of a size difference you've got. So that's how much more food a lot of people are putting on their plate. So that's my next great tip for you guys that I use myself. Thanks. So those were 2 that I came across just in my everyday life this past week. And I thought, hey, this is a good tip and trick, so I'm going to share it. And I will be doing that as they come up in my everyday life, and I will be posting them sporadically. So, you know, I may pop one up tomorrow in a couple of days. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So I did also want to mention that in addition to myself and Angela, we also have LB's Life that she has joined our collab, and she has a great recipe for a salad that she really enjoys. I'm going to link her channel below, and I've already added her to the playlist. If you want to check out her journey, she is doing amazing as well. So just a quick update for you guys and a little bit of backstory for those of you who maybe haven't seen my videos, all of them, or for those of you just catching this one. My original starting weight, the highest point that I was at was 242 pounds. Now granted, I was pregnant at the time, but I had only gained 11 pounds during that pregnancy, to give you an idea, and that was quite a few years ago. When I started this journey, which I actually started at the beginning of June, I weighed 222.3 pounds. And I weighed myself this morning. I weigh 204.6. So that is a total, if I'm starting just from my journey in June until now, it's 17.7 pounds. I've gone down 2 sizes, and from the very top of my highest weight, it's just over 38 pounds. So I think things are going well. Next stop is Wonderland. I am so crazy excited for that. I have been snapping pictures as the scale is going down, so once I do hit Wonderland, those are going to be quick little snippets so you can see it going down, down, down. Until I hit that next goal. I also have a pair of size 14 jeans that I am just waiting to get into. I can get them on, I just can't button them and zip them, so I am not too far away, so maybe they'll happen at the same time. I'm expecting I'll get them on and I can button them up, but I won't be able to breathe, and that's important. So we'll just see how that goes. Hasn't been a lot going on in my end. I told you guys about the fridge in one of my other videos that it just kind of went kablooey. The same thing happened with Angela over at One Day at a Time. Like, I don't know if there's something in the universe where everyone's fridge is going now. It's craziness. But I did get a new one that I ended up hating. It makes a lot of weird noises, and so I'm getting that swapped out. And got a new stove at the same time. I'm getting that swapped out too. I hate it with a passion. It's one of those flat top, glass top things, and I've never once burned myself on my old, like, coil top stove. Not once. And all the years I've been cooking, never once have I burned myself on one of those things. That glass top got me. And it's a pain to clean, and no. So I've got those, they're being swapped out, but those are coming in another week or so. It'll be nice to get those here, and hopefully the fridge isn't going to make weird noises. I swear I had animals living in my fridge. I was hearing like meowing and mooing and um, whooshing and like howling. It was the weirdest thing ever. The guy at the store said it was probably because it wasn't level. So when you look at my fridge, it's kind of like this. And it's because my floors aren't even. And, you know, in case you didn't know, the floor in your house probably isn't even either. Because, you know, the weather is going to change it. It's going to swell and shrink and do all kinds of funky things as the weather changes. But the new fridges now, if in case you don't know, a lot of them have wheels in the back. They don't adjust in the back anymore, just the front. And the back of my floor is lower than the front of my floor, so there was no way to level it out unless I put the back on a board. Craziest thing. Hopefully the new one will be easier to level. If not, I'll find a board and I'll stick it back there so it's level, and maybe it won't like meow and howl and make all kinds of sounds at me. Even my cat was like, what is that? So yeah, it wasn't just me that thought it was weird. And then today we kind of lounged around. It is a long weekend. The kids went back to school just for 2 days, and then they're off tomorrow. And my youngest loves to do stuff. He's active. So we took a walk today. It was really nice outside, just downtown. So I wouldn't consider it exercise because, you know, my heart rate didn't get up or anything. I'm going to call it activity, and vitamin D. So I got activity and vitamin D today. We went down to Dollar Tree to see if we could find him a phone case. Didn't have any luck, but I saw online that you could make your own with hot glue, like with a glue gun, and you just kind of trace around it and you can make a design or whatever. And he thought, that would be cool. He's kind of artistic. Um, he had a lot of fun doing it, but won't be using it. So it was kind of a fail. He was a little bit bummed, but it kept him busy for a while. He had fun doing it. We got a good laugh out of it, and that was pretty much my day. I've been catching up on all your videos. I know a few of you made some videos today, so that was awesome. You guys are doing really good, and we just have a really great community here. I think we're doing awesome, supporting each other and giving each other, you know, kudos for doing great, or we're saying, you know, that's okay. Everyone has a hard time if we think we're not doing so great. So if you're on a journey and you are looking for an awesome weight loss community, this is it. Pretty much everyone that comments down below has a channel or is starting a channel or has great tips or comments or whatever. So feel free to chime into the conversation whenever you see one going on. Subscribe to any and all of our channels and follow us along on our journeys, because we're doing great and we are going to make our goals. So thank you again, guys, for subscribing. I really appreciate it. This has just it's been an awesome thing for me to have the support and this outlet to do this. Angela over at One Day at a Time, she kind of nailed it today, that this just kind of makes you want to do good, and it makes you be more aware of what's going on, because nobody wants to make a video and go, oh my gosh, I totally sucked this week and it's horrible And, you know, nobody wants to say that. We do because it does happen. We are not perfect. But it makes you think about it a little bit more when you make a not such a great choice. So I hope you guys have an awesome week or an awesome few days, depending on when I see you again. And as always, guys, stay connected. Bye.